We do move on now to the White House tonight. President Trump making a rare appearance today, still refusing to concede the election as he rapidly runs out of options. The president making a last-gasp effort to overturn results in Michigan. Georgia today certifying its results for President-elect Joe Biden on this, his 78th birthday. President Trump avoiding questions for the 17th day in a row as news comes in his son Don Jr. has tested positive for COVID. Here's ABC Chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl.
The president has largely stayed out of sight since losing the election. But today he came before the cameras and falsely asserted he actually won.
The campaign, which I won, by the way, but, we'll find that out, almost 74 million votes.
In fact, Trump lost by nearly 6 million votes nationally and by a decisive margin in the Electoral College. While the president did venture before the cameras today, he left without taking any questions.
Mr. President, are you being a sore loser?
In fact, neither he nor the vice president has answered any questions in the more than 2 weeks since the election. But the walls are closing in on the president. Today, Republican state officials in Georgia, after a painstaking audit by hand of every vote, announced the state had certified Joe Biden as the winner.
The numbers reflect the verdict of the people, not a decision by the Secretary of State's office or of courts or of either campaigns.
The president's legal team is now floating the idea of trying to ditch the election results in states like Michigan and Pennsylvania and have the Republican state legislatures pick the winner instead of the millions of people who voted in the election.
Democracy is still on the ballot.
Today, the Republican leaders of the Michigan state legislature traveled to Washington to meet with the president. On the way, they were met by protesters. Some Republicans are outraged at the prospect of the president pressuring local politicians to throw out the election results. Mitt Romney tweeting, "The president has now resorted to overt pressure on state and local officials to subvert the will of the people and overturn the election." The White House press secretary insisted today there is nothing inappropriate about the meeting.
This is not an advocacy meeting. There will be no one from the campaign there. He routinely meets with lawmakers from all across the country.
But there's nothing routine about any of this. Meanwhile, President-elect Joe Biden did something today that President Trump hasn't done in more than a year. He met with the Speaker of the House.
In my Oval Office, me casa, you casa. I'm going to need you. I hope we're going to spend a lot of time together.
And let's get right to John. Moments ago, those Republican Michigan legislative leaders wrapping up that meeting with the president. Walk us through this. What have you learned?
Well, they've put out a joint statement, these two Republican leaders of the Michigan State Legislature, making it clear that they will not go along with any effort to bypass the voters and have the legislature choose the winner in Michigan instead. In their statement, Tom, they said, quote, "The candidates who win the most votes win elections in Michigan and Michigan's electoral votes. These are simple truths that should provide confidence in our elections."
All right, John, and while we have you there, we have that news that just came in. Late word this evening that the president's eldest son has tested positive for the coronavirus.
Yeah, a spokesperson for Donald Trump Jr. has put out a statement saying that he tested positive at the beginning of the week and has been self-isolating out at his cabin. The statement also says that Donald Trump Jr. is asymptomatic. Tom.
All right, John Karl with that developing news for us. John, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.